What if I told you that the story of D-Day, the day that turned the tide of World War II, is layered with secrets few have ever heard? On June 6, 1944, the world remembers the thunderous roar of Allied forces striking the beaches of Normandy. But beneath the surface of the well-known images lies a shadowy narrative, a complex web of deception, courage, and sacrifice that history books seldom reveal. This is the untold story of D-Day, a tale forged in the fog, shaped by espionage, and sealed with silent bravery. Our story begins with Lieutenant Colonel Dudley Clark, a man far removed from the front lines, stationed in London. Clark devised one of the most daring ruses in military history, an operation so audacious it could make generals gamble on ghosts. Called Operation Fortitude, this plan aimed to convince the Germans that the invasion would strike at Pas-de-Calais, not Normandy. Clark's team forged fake radio traffic, created inflatable tanks, and even had an actor general, George Patton, command a phantom army. Imagine the chilling stillness as these phantom divisions shimmered into being, deceiving enemy eyes from miles away. Ghost armies marching through the static of war. Meanwhile, amid dense Normandy hedgerows and rolling fields, soldiers prepared for a monstrous challenge. But what few realize is that their landing crafts did not just ferry men and machines. They carried a secret weapon. The engineers of the 79th Armored Division, led by Major General Percy Hobart. Hobart's funnies were peculiar tanks modified for tasks ranging from mine-clearing flails to bridge-laying contraptions. Close your eyes and picture a tank, not as an instrument of brute force, but as a meticulous craftsman ahead of the front line, sculpting a passage through chaos. These bespoke machines were essential in conquering the unyielding Atlantic Wall. Giant concrete bunkers and obstacles designed to halt any invader in their tracks. But the sea itself was a merciless adversary. The night before the assault, thousands of paratroopers plunged into moonlit fields, their chutes tangled among apple trees, darkness swallowing their coordinated plans. Men scattered, confused, wounded, but not broken. Among them was Private First Class John Steele. His famous silhouette, caught on a church steeple bracing against the wind, became an emblem of resilience. Yet few remember the numb certainty in his trembling hands, or the grinding fear clawing at his throat as he clung desperately, a man caught between the heavens and hell. And beneath all this valor, the unsung heroes wove their quiet miracles. French resistance fighters, ordinary citizens transformed overnight into spies and saboteurs, risked everything to disrupt German logistics. Without their intelligence, forged in dark cafes and whispered in shadowed alleys, entire divisions might have marched unimpeded. Imagine a network not bound by ranks or weapons, but by raw, fearless hope. Their messages, smuggled and coded, carved the thin line between victory and disaster. Yet perhaps the most poignant secret lies not in strategy or machinery, but in the human cost hidden behind statistical war records. The beaches, stained with the blood of over 4,000 Allied soldiers fallen or missing, hold stories of whispered prayers and last breaths mingled with the salt spray. Among those who survived was Captain Richard Winters, whose quiet leadership became legend. His reflections, etched in letters never meant for public eyes, speak of fear, guilt, and fleeting moments of humanity amid the carnage, the true currency of war. D-Day was no single event, but a symphony of chaos and courage composed over months, invisible to the casual observer. It was a performance where every role, be it a phantom army crafted from illusions, a specialized tank carving paths through steel, or a lone soldier caught on a spire, was indispensable. These hidden threads woven together form the deeper fabric of an operation that reshaped history. So when you revisit that iconic photograph of soldiers storming Omaha Beach, remember this. Behind every face is a story untold, every sound masking a secret, and behind every victory the silent sacrifices of those who never made the headlines. What if history is not just the story we know, but the stories we uncover? D-Day was not just the beginning of the end. It was the revelation that even shadows can forge legends. Will you look beyond the surface the next time you hear the roar of history?
That was the story of D-Day that shaped the course of history. What do you think was the most important lesson from the event? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your thought. For more epic war history, don't forget to subscribe today.